Hello and welcome to another beer clipper video. In this video I'm going to show you how to go about making a base like on this miniature. Now I have quite a few of these figures that I've painted up, which you will have seen on the channel already, and this technique is very simple. It doesn't require very many skills, it doesn't require very many materials, and it is very quick. So let me point the camera down and show you how to do it. The first thing you need are some coffee stirrers. Here are some that I've prepared earlier, but let me just show you just how easy it is and how quick it is to do this. I normally split them in half. You can split them more if you wish, but I think half is pretty good for 28mm scale. And just very, very carefully and without forcing it, because if you force it you risk cutting yourself, draw a sharp knife. This is a Stanley knife. You can easily use any hobby knife down the centre, and don't worry if you make a mistake like that at the end, and if you end up wanting to kind of do more and thinner bits, you can just do what you want really. We're not doing an accurate floor here, we're doing a ship or the planks that are in a bar or whatever, so it doesn't need to be exactly accurate, and you don't need to draw lines and be worried about making mistakes like that, because, well, as you'll see in a second, that actually kind of helps. So you don't need many. Probably by doing all the ones I've got here I'll be able to do multiple bases, which is also good because I've got multiple bases to do. So once you've done your splitting and you have some lengths of the coffee stirrer like that, the next thing to do is to grab some super glue and your base. So let's get that. Here we have a standard Slaughter base. You can fill in the gap if you want to, but I don't bother. So what we do here is we cover the base, or at least half the base, with super glue. And I'm using super glue gel, which I find really good for this purpose, but of course you can use normal super glue if you want. And you'll see why we only cover half of the base in a second. It's because we needed some way of holding down the base. So once you've got some super glue on there, take your strips of wood and stick them across. And you don't need to clip them at this stage because we will do that when it's gone off. And it's that waiting which is the only thing that actually takes time in this process, because we're almost finished already. So what you do is you lay across your planks across the base like this, and if you want to you can do like half and half if you wish, so you can have them joining in the middle. So let me show that. Just quickly tidy that up. It's got a few straggly ends which I don't really want. There we are. So I'll just split that in half, and we can do one there and then the other half of the same one there, and that then gives you that kind of joining effect that people like so much. I don't always do that, but it is definitely an option. And once you've done the half, come along, put some more super glue on the other half, and then cover the rest of the base. And then we will leave this to dry completely. And this, as I said, is the only thing that takes time. So I will probably actually even leave this overnight to make sure that it gets completely and utterly dry. So I'm not in a major hurry to get this done. As you see, you can just split down the coffee stirrers to make smaller sections if you wish. So there we are. That's one base nearly done. Once you've got it to that stage, like I say, leave it to dry. Don't rush this next step. Just go and do something else and come back tomorrow. And I will bring you back tomorrow when I get there. It is officially the next day, and these are stuck on nicely, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I've got some old snips here, and you can use anything, but I like to use old snips because they're sharp. And what we do is we come in and we literally clip off around the edges, like so. You can avoid having things spoiling by cutting half and then half, rather than trying to cut through the whole thing, which will then fire it, as you can see. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be going around and trimming off round the edge of each of the bases. Now if you want to leave a slight overhang, you can, so you don't have this circular effect. But for me, I'm looking for the circular effect. But of course, you can also do something a little bit neater maybe, or a little bit different, whereby you cut each of the planks to a different length as an overhang and make it look a bit less round. But I want them to be round, that's how I would like them to be. So yeah, so this won't take very long at all. As you can see, I've nearly finished this first one already. I will tidy up. I made more while I was watching some videos last night, which was really good. Getting back into it, the new year is kicking off. So yes, I will finish off preparing all the rest of them, and then I'll bring you back for the next and final step very shortly. So there we are, we have the next 6 bases all nicely trimmed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brown paint, which I use a lot. This is actually raw umber from Winsor & Newton, and I don't want to put too much on because I want it to look a little stripy. So what we do is we do an overbrush. It's not, as you can see, it's not painting loads. I'm not trying to completely flood the base. I'm putting paint on and then taking it off to put it on the next bit, and then taking it off and moving it across. So you end up with quite a nice gradation, not everything the same colour. And yeah, that's what I do, and that's how I paint it. So I will now paint the other 5, and then we will stick our miniatures on and we're done. So I'll get them painted, glue the miniatures on, and bring you back for the wrap up. And here we have them completed. I think you can agree with me that that looks really nice. I'm very pleased with how they've come out, and it's a very quick process as well. It didn't take long at all. So yeah, that's how I go about making these plank bases. Thanks for watching. If you do like this, please comment below. If you don't, comment below. If you've got your own little technique, let me know. It'll be really cool to hear some input onto this. And yeah, just always love hearing from every one of you in the comments. And thanks for watching, and please do stay safe, stay well, and stay healthy.